What's up, guys? Jason Payne, your host of the Sexy Business Status Podcast. I think we're at episode 15. And funny story going into this, but this is my boy, Brock Bevell. Mr. Brock, thanks for being on.
For sure.
Brock and I met, I don't even know how we met, through Max about a year ago. And you had an event, and I've known the Gisels forever. Max has played football with my cousin, Mike. And so I've known Max and the family, and I've known the Gisels for 20 plus years. Been, born and raised in Gilbert, and then obviously Max and Brock hooked up and started doing that. And you guys actually came into my office with my team and said, "Hey, we're looking for donations and a sponsorship for your event that you did." Was that a year ago?
Yeah, man. It's been a while, man. And thanks for doing that, dude. That was cool.
Yeah, dude.
Appreciate the donation.
Absolutely. Yeah. The next event you do, make sure you contact me because I'd love to help you. I've never, at least in my family, my direct family, I've never addiction, whether it was porn or alcohol, fentanyl, all the ABCs. I've never been truly exposed to that. So I've never, I don't know. I can't relate.
You're a unicorn, bro.
I'm a unicorn.
You know that, right?
I'm a freaking unicorn.
Dude, I'm being serious because most people
alcohol, you name it, like
someone's got to. I mean, if you like take a poll today, everybody has somebody in their family that's been grossly affected by it.
Yeah, and it's in the 90% plus, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and pornography is one of those things where we just don't talk about it. Like, I carried on a pornography addiction from 8 to 42. Nobody knew. I mean, my wife started finding out, like, when everything started unraveling.
Sure.
But nobody knew, dude. I hid it. And I became such a good liar.
And that's one of the easier things to hide. Right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because alcohol, it's
legal, dude.
It's legal. Well, it's legal, and you could be addicted to porn, but you can still like function, right? Like you can still walk a line, right? You can, you can still, you don't all of a sudden start slurring your words or start, fantasizing or stuff that, drugs do to you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, there's a big difference. So I was an opiate addict and porn addict. Okay. So you have to understand what people don't really understand is, the pornography was a spiritual addiction. Mm-hmm. Like that's a profound, you know what I mean? Like it was deep, dude. It was tough, dude. The opioids was a physical addiction. Mm-hmm. So I got an injury. I took an opioid. It made me feel better. But what you don't understand is when you look at porn, you masturbate, you feel better. Right. So the same chemical hook that you get from masturbation and from an orgasm is the same you're getting from heroin. Yeah. So like
the word dopamine is that
a
hit?
Dude.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's your hit.
Serotonin, the dopamine, yeah.
Yeah, all those hormones. That's crazy.
Man, that was probably deeper than you expected to go in the first 5 minutes.
No, it's good. They're like, what the hell are we getting ourselves into? So Brock and Max, actually run with the name of your business, and what it entails, and what your mission is.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
We'll start with that. But yeah, what a great intro. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, there we go.
Who did Jason bring on the podcast?
Yeah,
what does this have to do with business?
Yeah. That's truth, man. But what's cool is Max is from Mesa. Most people know Max's story. Went to Mountain View High School, went to BYU, and then Cardinals took that hellacious hit in the end zone.
Sure.
Where he fumbled. We got to talk about the fumble, dude. Larry Fitz picked it up.
Yeah.
They still scored, but Max, anyway.
Yeah.
And so
I remember that hit. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah. But Max and I, we started a podcast 2 years ago. We just hit our 102nd episode.
No way. Congrats.
Yeah, man. So, you understand it's difficult, man, to be consistent on these things.
Yeah.
But so we've done that. We start a podcast, and then I'm like, Max, why don't we just start a program? Why don't we start a brick and mortar building? We had so many people calling us and saying, hey, we love your podcast. We love the information. How can you help our families?
Sure.
And so Max is like, dude, you're crazy, but let's do it. So we started the business in Mesa because this is where everything happened for us. Right. It's a personal to us.
Mesa PD. Yeah. Max went to, he doesn't live in Mesa currently, but yeah.
Right. But he
went to Mountain View.
He's connected in Mesa, bro.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, he just, especially in the Southeast Valley, you mentioned that name and 90% of people know who he is.
Yeah.
For good or bad.
You either love him or hate him, right? No, that's a true story.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you, I remember I was just coming out of active addiction when Max got arrested. And I knew I knew that he was a quarterback for the Cardinals, but I didn't know my wife was from Mountain View.
Okay.
Right. So that's how the connection hit with him and I. But I remember seeing him on TV. It was like Max Hall, Arizona Cardinals quarterback arrested for shoplifting. And and he's in his BYU shirt. And I remember.
Couldn't have been any better.
No. Classic, dude. Classic for what we do. But I remember looking at him and said, what a dick. Who is this guy? Right? Like, I totally prejudged Max without even knowing him. It's just because I'm thinking in my brain, this is how sick I was, bro. You know what I mean? Like, here I am judging, but how many other people were judging him, saying the same thing? Like, this is an LDS kid. He's in the back of a patrol car. Yeah. Dude, he's got the world on his shoulders. And so.
Well, and a lot of people didn't know that when he stopped going from the Arizona Cardinals, from that addiction from his injury, like people still thought he was playing for the Cardinals when he got arrested.
Right. He was not.
I know he wasn't, but a lot of people are like, dude, I thought he was a quarterback for the Cardinals. And I'm like, he was, but he got injured and then got let go. And then from there. And so, but it's crazy. My wife had an issue with that, with addiction, with, painkillers and stuff from back surgery and wrist surgery. And so that kind of sparked with the whole Max thing is like, what the crap's going on? And I know the Gissels. And so, but that whole story of McKenzie staying in there and, helping him out and supporting him like that, that's what I remember. It's almost like Jesus Christ, not getting like religious on anybody, but people that wear the cross. I'm like, that's where he died. But like, what is he now? Like he's a resurrected being, right? Like we don't take pictures of, we don't wear shirts of him bloody and in the Garden of Gethsemane and like all the gory, nasty stuff. Like you see him as a resurrected being and what he is now. Same with Max. Like I don't see Max as even a Arizona football player. He's not anymore. I don't see him as a drug addict anymore. Right? What do I see him as? I see him as a ALA football coach. I see him, doing a freaking, a rehab facility with you and doing great things and impacting, doing speeches and podcasts and helping a lot of people. That's how I see him now. I don't see him as, the idiot with the BYU Provo shirt, although it's a great story.
So when people think about addiction, they automatically go to what they see, right? And so they believe addiction looks like the guys you're seeing at Pioneer Park, or the guy that I just left the QT right by your office, right?
Sure.
Dude sitting in there bumming out for a slice of pizza. That's when we look at that, we're like, that's what addiction is. It's not, dude. That's like 1% of addiction. I'm the face of addiction today. You know what I mean? Like a dude, right. I have kids, a job, and I'm just struggling, dude.
Sure.
And so that's what people are missing. It's like, dude, I can't tell you the amount of attorneys I know that use, doctors, moms, like good people, dude, they just get hooked into it, man.
Yeah, because they just want an out, right? The stresses and the society and the government and media and whatever, I was saying an excuse, but whatever is that paralysis that comes to them, that they want an out. And so that's why alcohol is a great out, because you can kind of be numb for a little bit, right?
Yeah, give me away, yeah.
Pick your poison. For someone that's listening to this, obviously this is mostly geared towards small business owners, but there is a time, and I hit it actually about a year ago, maybe year and a half ago, where you will go and you'll bust your ass and you go hard. I mean, you go hard in the paint, as I say, right? You go hard, building your business, 80-hour weeks, you neglecting your wife, neglecting your kids, building this business, creating this freedom that we call it. And so about 3 years into mine, I hit that part where I had built my business and it was turnkey, for lack of better words, where I could walk away and it's still generating income and doing that. A lot of people, some people call it midlife crisis. Some people get a Harley. Some people get a boat. Some people, do whatever. There comes a point in time where your business no longer needs you in the day-to-day grind, and you need to go find an out. Now, my out was actually Menace, right? Not anymore, but it was a coaching program that me and my two buddies we created, right? And right around that time. And that's when they said, hey, do you want to go? If I was still in the grind and in the hustle and in the trenches with my roofing company, I couldn't have been like, yeah, let's do it. But like, dude, I'm still building this thing. And it's not built. I mean, it's doing 10 million, but I mean, my goal is 25. So it's still a work in progress. But the whole day in and day out, in the trench work, I was already out of that.
Okay.
And so that creates time. And Grant Cardone, if you know what Grant is, talks about the white on the calendar is of the devil. right? Because especially with guys, once we get time, then we start doing stupid shit. We start thinking, and then so that's why with me, like, Jason, how do you stay out of trouble? How do you stay focused? I'm like, I'm either with my wife, I'm with my kids, or I'm working. I don't ever have like dead space on my calendar ever. You look at my phone right now, and you'll see like there's, except for when I don't put sleep. Like when I'm sleeping, that's the only white, but that's literally when I'm sleeping. Other than that, from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., like my calendar is booked, or I'll put shit on there just to make sure stuff's on there. So
you don't understand how genius that is. Like for in recovery, that's what we're trying to teach dudes. Because that free time is a killer, right? You give me free time, dude, I'm in reinventing shit. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I can get anything. Yes. And the chase for that is relentless.
Well, and I think it's what are you going to do, right? Whether it's like a boat or a motorcycle or another business, porn or drugs or another girl, right? If you're married, another little side chick. I feel like that's what happens is when we're building it or when we're busy, that's when we don't have time to go do stupid shit 98% of the time because we're doing stuff. And so that's why I hate like the whole video game thing. Some people use video games. Hey, you know what? I'm not a fan of video games. I think that's a true addiction. I think it's dumb. Social media, right? Being on your screen for 12 hours a day. I think there's moderation in all things when it comes to video games, social media, those type of things. But I just can't grasp that when there's that white time, your brain starts thinking and you're gonna do something stupid. You just are, because that's when the universe stops helping you and starts hurting you. Is that fair?
Yeah. So that's cool, man. I love the fact that you're bringing that up. And what we try to do is we do search warrants on ourselves. Like it's kind of different. But I take what I learned as an undercover cop and I put it into a dude. So I look at you, Jason. I said, okay, so where are your holes at, man? Like if I'm going to do a search warrant on your business, I need to know everything there is to it. Like if I'm going to come breach your door, I got to know where everything is, which way your door swings, where the halls are at, where the light systems are at, everything, right?
Yeah, windows.
Like I want intimacy. Well, it's the same thing about you, but how many times have you slowed down enough to take a deep dive on yourself? Like we don't do that. We're so good at like transferring it. Like, let me work on you. Let me spend time on you. But we never take time on ourselves, ever. And so that's what we're doing is we're like, okay, dude, what's cool is if you miss that schedule, you can go back and reflect and say, that's a red flag. What happened? Like, why did I miss that? I was supposed to be at my kid's game at 6:00. What took me away from my kid's game? That was on my schedule. That was a not miss type item. What happened? And so I can take a deep dive. If I don't reflect at the end of the day how I did, dude, I'm just going to go into the next day and I'm going to get in this routine like everybody else. Like 1% of America's like us, dude. You know that, right?
Right.
Like we're different.
Yeah,
we're
unicorns.
Built different. Yeah, I'm telling you. Because most people wake up, go to work, go to bed, and they repeat that. Years until something changes them or they die. That's scary.
Well, and I think I'm very blessed at age 29, I'm 36 now. At age 29, I got introduced to Grant and his books and Audible and all that kind of stuff because I got back from a mission when I'm 21, worked for my uncle till I was 29, through 29, but for those 8 years, never read a book. Never read a book, never listened to a podcast. 98.7 sports radio. I'm a huge, crazy sports addict. Love sports. That could be my drug is sports, both watching and playing. But I personal development wasn't a thing, right? I got the whole gut, and I was out of shape, felt like garbage, lethargic, and this isn't a dig to the LDS Church either, but I feel like nobody makes personal development a priority.
No.
School systems, churches, government, family, nobody. It drives me freaking nuts.
Why?
But
Why?
Because that's what cures cancer. That's what cures anybody's problem is personal development. Well, so you ask why? Gut answer is because they'd have to turn David Goggins. They'd have to look at the man in the mirror, and they don't want to do that.
It sucks.
But I embrace the suck.
You do.
I guess I've had to.
But think about it. Most people don't embrace it, bro. Nobody wants to get up in the morning and work on them. It's too easy to pour sugary cereal in your bowl. You go about the day. Like when you said you had a gut. It takes time to get that gut off. It takes effort.
I did do 75 hard. You know what 75 hard is?
I've done it 3 times now.
Dude, I'm on my today's day 2. I just started for the 4th time. I've done it 3 times.
That's dope, dude.
This is my 4th time.
I'm doing it with check this out. I'm doing it with my 15-year-old daughter.
Oh, no way.
She's a badass. And what's funny is she's
gangster.
It is, right? So every morning we get to go, so we do a walk every day. 45-minute, my stepdaughter, right? How cool is that?
Love it. Very intimate.
So on the walk, we talk about everything. And I'm like, so she's big into cheer, and it doesn't matter what you're in. Think about like, how do you translate this into what you're doing? 45 minutes, I'm like, every single person you're going against in cheer, every day you're better than them. Every day. It doesn't matter what they're doing because they're not doing what you're doing. You're outworking them every day.
Well, and I think with the 15-year-old daughter, metabolism, so you're not talking necessarily, not as much about health. The mental game, though. Like a 15-year-old daughter, female, 15 years old, the mental game is
huge, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's actually super good. I want to have maybe the next round I'll have my 12-year-old son do that, because that would be those walks and talks. I mean, you'll carry those on for the rest of your life.
Forever, dude.
That's crazy. So yeah, so whenever I get into like a funk, or I just feel like, hey, like I was 207. I did 75 hard sometime last year. Got down to 182.
Nice.
Feeling like $1 million. Lost 25 pounds. Feeling like $1 million. I was nobody ever saw me as like, oh, Jason, you're fat or overweight. It's just, you carry the business owner gut. Call it whatever you want, right? Mormon beer belly, we call it. And just simply from lack of discipline, right? Eating, not exercising at all, or exercising half-ass. And every once in a while I get this like, dude, I got to do 75 hard. Like it's like jumper cables on my nipples. It's just like poof. And that's what it is. Cause that's an extreme workout. That's very, very hard to do.
What's the hardest part for you?
Hardest part of 75 hard?
Yeah.
Oh man. That second workout.
Really?
The second workout. Yes. And the reason now since I've done it 3 times, I work out 7 days a week. Not on 75 hard. I work out 7 days a week.
You have to.
Minimum 5. I might miss either Saturday or Sunday here or there, or during the week if I got meetings or I'm traveling or something. I might just slip one here or there. But that is a drug to me in a good way. I'm not a gym rat. I mean, I'm not. I don't go there. I'm not doing roids or anything crazy. But just the way I feel, and my brain knows that when I go work out, I'm going to feel this way. And when you do it enough, your brain is triggered now. Like, if I don't work out, my brain knows my body goes through a funk. Like I've never had a relapse or a detox. A withdrawal. Yeah. I've never had one of those, like a true one. But if I could compare it to that, that's what it would feel like.
But your body, when you gym, is dopamine being dumped.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so when you don't, your body's like, dude, what the hell, bro? Why are we not at the gym? It knows. It's just like taking a drug. Your body knows what it's craving.
Yeah.
But that's why it's not that difficult to get off drugs. You have to replace it with something better.
And that's the thing. Some people just try and go like cold, hard turkey with a diet, with working out, with, dropping something. You don't just drop something. You need to fill that. You need to fill it with something good. People are like, I want to drop a bad habit. Cool, you dropped the bad habit, but now you have blank space.
Blank space, bro.
You're toast. You got to replace it with a good habit. So the reason why the second workout is for me, you're married and have kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm married. I have 5 kids. 12, 8, 6, 4, 2.
Oof.
Yeah, so I'm in the grind. I'm in it right now. It's getting way better because my 2-year-old sleeps through the night. No more bottles, any of that crazy stuff. But, and my 10-year anniversary is tomorrow.
Yes, bro.
Super
That's
excited.
huge.
Super excited. So the point I'm trying to get at is the second workout for me is hard because I wake up in the morning about 4:55, 5 o'clock every morning. Go work out. Come home, get my kids ready for school, and then either, depending on the day, take them to school, or my wife takes them to school. She goes to the gym, whatever, and then I'm off to work, and come in here, do podcasts, roofing stuff, coaching, my coaching program, right? Help business owners scale their business, and I do that, and then about 5 o'clock, I turn into dad mode. So I get home about 5 o'clock, and from 5 until 8 or 8:30, that 3 hours is like golden time. One for my wife because she gets a break. And to each their own, by the way, those are watching this, looking at this, to each their own. But my thing is more or less around 5 o'clock, depending on the day and appointments and stuff. About 5 o'clock, I turn into dad mode, and that's from bedtimes to baths to nighttime routines to maybe it's practices, back running, playing taxi back and forth. food and all that stuff, and give my wife that mental break. Because funny enough, that we're talking about this, like women don't get a break. Like guys, like I leave here at 5:00. Guess what happens? My phone might ring, but I could technically put my phone on airplane mode, and my work literally goes away. I can literally press a button, and my phone will go away if I want to or have to. As a parent, you don't get that, right? If there's like they sleep at your house, they eat your food. If they have a terror in the middle of the night or something bad happens, it's a 24-hour clock. And so I try and give my wife that 3 to 4 hour grace period of like, I got you, I'll help you out, but from, working out in the morning, 2 hours by myself, personal development, audiobooks, podcasts, working out, doing some social media stuff, and then going to work and then coming home, and then that 3 or 4 hour, dad mode and or spouse mode. Like, when do you do a second workout?
Okay, do me a favor. Stop right there.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
How many men in America are doing that same schedule right there? Tons, right?
Yeah.
Tons of dudes are getting up in the morning. They may not get their first, but they do their own thing. They have.
Yeah.
What makes you different? Why are you getting that second workout? Because most dudes right there, they're content with that life. They're content with 9 o'clock at night. Hey guys, it's bedtime. We're going to bed. Dad's out.
Yeah. So because it's only 75 days, right, out of 365. So it's only a fifth of your year, for lack of better words. I did it twice in 1 year, so it was actually every other day.
Why are you doing it?
Because I want to try myself. I want to prove myself that I can push myself that 10%, that 1% more. And also the night, and that's the reason why I don't like doing back-to-backs. And Andy Frisella doesn't want you to do back-to-backs. I know guys will do cardio, they'll go home and eat breakfast or take their kids to school, and then they'll go pump iron, and then they're done for the day. I do mine at night simply as a mental obstacle for me to overcome. I don't do it like, if you look at my story, I did it. I got done at 12:25 in midnight. That's my second workout. I started at 11:30, talked on the phone with a friend for like 30 minutes, and then as I was walking, and then went into the gym and actually pumped for like 20, 30 minutes.
But dudes ain't doing that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I don't do that. If I'm not on 75 hard, if I'm not on 75 hard, I'm not doing that.
So how do we take ourselves to where we keep elevating?
Well, that's the thing is I felt that pressure drop. I felt that, you're on cloud 9 and you're kicking ass and you're taking names and your business is good and your family is good and your kids are good. But then like my brain's like, hey, you're like the balloon's deflating. At least that's how I feel. But that's like maybe that's a self-check, self-awareness maybe with me. But I'm like, nobody told me to do it. I have nobody else joining me. Actually, I think I have 4 or 5 people on social media like, I'm going to do it with you. I'm like, whatever. But that was me. Like, it wasn't like, it's not this group. There's no monetary stuff. We actually did it one time where everybody put in $1,000. There's 10 of us. We all put in $1,000 into a pot. We put $10,000 into a safe.
How many made it?
3.
Yeah.
So it's
crazy, dude.
$3,300.
Doesn't make any sense, right?
No.
Like, what is our motivation? That's what I'm saying is like, dude, intrinsic motivation is the only thing. That's all I got.
Yeah. And so that's the thing with me. That second workout, though, I intentionally do it after 9 p.m., between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m., depending on my day. And I folded laundry. Dude, I folded laundry for 2.5 hours last night. So we were out of town for our anniversary. And we had like 2 loads of laundry sitting there. And I was like, I don't want to do it. We're going out of town. And we went Friday, Saturday, Sunday to the Princess up in Scottsdale. And come back. So we have all of our laundry plus the kids. We had a babysitter, right? And they didn't do any laundry. So there's just like freaking mounds. And one of my love languages for my wife is doing that. And so I'll throw
service.
Service, right? And she's not hoity, she's not bougie. She doesn't need like Louis Vuitton. She's not monetarily incentivized that way, but like it's a gift, 5 love languages type deal. And so literally I watched The Last Samurai. So good. And then I listened to a podcast. It was literally 2.5 hours folding laundry. So I started at 9 and got done at 11:30. And Heidi's like, are you going to bed? And I was like, no, I haven't done my second workout. She's like, you haven't done your second workout yet? I'm like, no, I was folding laundry. And she's like, okay, that's kind of hot.
That's kind of hot. Hurry up.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, I'm going to be asleep when you get home. I love you. I'm like, okay, cool. But like, and I might take an energy drink or something just to keep me awake. Because at that time, I'm on fumes. 9 p.m. comes up, and I'm sure most people are. But like, my thing is, this is pre-Kobe Bryant anyways, but he just solidified it for me. I am terrified, like FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. I have so much FOMO of not living my life 100 miles an hour at 100% because I never know. I might be dead at 36 in 3 months. I might be dead at 37. I might not make it to my 40th birthday. Now it's not like, you know what I mean? So that's how I act. So my thing is like, that's why I never have any blank space. Oh, let's just sit at home and hang out by the fire and let's watch a show. I love my sports. Don't get me wrong. Like freaking Suns lost last night. Damn it. But so I love me a good sports game. But even then, like I know, okay, that's 3 hours. Okay, football is, Cardinals play from 1 to 4. Okay, what am I doing before 1 and 4:01? What am I doing? Even on Sunday, what am I doing? Right, and that's why like the whole like Sunday thing. Like I do stuff with my family all the time on Sunday. We're out. We're going to parks. We're going bike rides. I'm always doing something. My wife loves naps. Go take a 3-hour nap. I think naps are a waste of time. Personally, I was like, what could I do with 2 or 3 hours? Like, holy shit. I'm like, I could do all kinds I could fold laundry. I could go work out. I could go for a run. I could make a phone call to somebody. I could go do something. So internally, for me at least, it's much more of, I feel like I don't know what my last day is, but I want people to know like the impact I want to make. That's why I watch all these movies, 300, Troy, Gladiator. Like I don't know what my day is, but when it is, like when I leave this earth, I want people to know like Jason Payne, like he went all out.
Yeah.
Like everything as a dad. And that's the thing is I want the business owners listening, pay attention that it's not just in business. And business was my third thing I just mentioned. So my family, my wife, my kids, my business, and the impact that I want to make on people is like that's what fuels me just to go. Like the coaching thing, I could still just run my roofing company and turn it into 25, 30, 40 million, have a $50 million exit and be set for life financially, get a jet and live life and throw it into real estate and literally never work another day in my life. Mm-hmm. But like, that's not fulfilling. That's stupid. I think that's dumb. Like I retired. Like that's why a lot of people when they retire, they just like their life just.
But you're talking something important, man. So I'm 51.
Are you really?
I'm 51.
I thought you were 41.
No, I'm 51.
Are you shitting
dude.
me?
I know. Born in 1972. So.
How old's Max? 40. I'm 36. So he's 40-ish.
He's 40. I want to say he's 40. I don't.
Low 40s.
He's in the low 40s.
Low 40s. Yeah.
Okay.
He's Mike's age, so he's gonna be right around 40.
So what's interesting, man, is like there comes a time, and I'm so glad you got it. And what you're talking about is your passion, right? I believe there's a lot of men out there. We're gonna talk about men. You can put a woman in there, right? But
sure.
I think we never find our passion.
True.
We never find our passion. Like this shit. Like for me, recovery is my passion, and I'm selfish. I built a business around my passion.
It's awesome.
It is what you know what I mean? Like I've run an inpatient program for 6 years up in Shola. I'm like, dude, I got to do it down here. I want to do it. And so it helps me stay sober, but every single morning I wake up saying, who can I serve today? Like honestly, God gave me a gift, dude. He gave me a chance to get sober. And if you look around, not a lot of dudes are getting sober. And even now with the fentanyl in there,
right,
dude, it's a journey. And so I went 10 years, bro. I went 10 years of active addiction and flipped it around. Now I have 13 years. And I feel like I have a gift to give to other people. Like I broke the code, dude. Like in my brain, I'm like, I got this. I broke the code. I know how to help you. Just let's do this together. I want to walk with you. And that fuels me, dude. But like, it's a struggle. Like even with you running the business, I mean, it's cool and all, but there comes a point where money is money. Yeah. It's like, who can I elevate? Who can I bless? Who can I fuel in their life so they can have those blessings that we have? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. So that's the reason why I started coaching. Before I started Menace with Nick and Terrence, I actually was already coaching another roofer. His name's Eric Perry. I started coaching him because I did a mastermind. I was a keynote at a mastermind on Coronado Island. He saw my Facebook Live and he's like, dude, I'm depressed. I'm suicidal. I'm struggling. I need help. You did at this point in time. He's like, you did $7 million in your roofing company. I did 1.6. I can learn something from you. Will you coach me?
Let's go.
Jalapeno Bucks, right? Valveston.
Let's go.
Oh, so good. Valveston the 202. And that was literally the conversation. I'm like, okay. I was like, I didn't have an LLC. I didn't have a QuickBooks. I didn't have anything. And at that, I was like, this dude wants me to help him. So your thing, like, sexy roof status is great. Like putting on roofs is awesome, and it's a way for me to provide for my family. I really am passionate about roofing. I love it, and I believe there's a lot of shady roofers.
Yeah.
But there's a whole different hit, for like no pun intended, of fulfillment in my soul by helping other business owners get out of that rat race.
Yeah.
The owner operator, the high paid employee, the 18-hour days, neglecting your wife and your kids and all that shit. I feel like you need to go through that for a while. Like Tim Grover.
Yeah. Read his book right now. It's a dope book.
Oh, Relentless or Winning?
Yeah, Relentless.
Relentless. Oh, it's. I love Winning. Relentless is better. But he talks about, in his book Winning, his second one, talks about you have to go to hell and you have to hang out there for a little bit and then come back. And like that's what winning does. Because the second you get back and you get to the top, winning just kicks you right off and you roll down the hill and you got to come back up. You don't ever get to stay up there, ever. Even Michael Jordan, the greats. And he's like, you don't have to do that because, cool, you got your ring. Next day, you are a 0-0 record, right? And call it momentum or whatever you want going into it. It don't matter, right? And so that's my biggest thing is being able to help business owners get out of that rat race because I saw my uncle do that for 40 years. I saw my dad do that for 40 years. And I saw me do that. I just got a taste of it. And I'm like, no way.
Can't do it.
Well, and to each their own. Some people love it. But I don't think it's a matter of doing it. I think it's a matter of people just genuinely, how do I say this? I feel like it's more of people, their patterns. Sean Whalen talked about it at our conference. You have patterns. And so that's what my dad did.
Every single day.
Talk about addiction and family. Holy crap.
Dude, and it goes back to even to where they drive the same path every day to school. Like my dad was a school teacher.
Similar vehicle.
Every single day, same radio station, same clothes, same lesson plans, right?
It's freaking nuts.
I mean, just getting this vicious cycle, dude. And so you got to kick that freaking door open and say, what am I going to... And that's what I think is when you find your passion, you're like, holy shit, dude, this is totally different. My life just changed.
Right.
Right? But if you don't find it, it's okay just being okay. But when you get like hit by that, you get hit with a passion, you're like, dude, I can't sleep.
Right.
I can't sleep. It keeps waking me up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's just, like I said. So as we wrap up here, Brock, my question for you is what can the community, those listening, I don't have a lot of followers, but I have a lot of loyal followers because I've been third generation Arizonan, born and raised in Gilbert, went to Gilbert High, and been in the Valley, and I even said it just a week ago. Until somebody proves me wrong, I give more back as a roofing contractor in Arizona more than any other roofing contractor in Arizona.
That's dope.
And I'll take that to the grave. Whether that's true or not, that's just my gut feeling based off of what I do. But I make that a huge, huge priority. Like I just said last year, you guys come in, hey, this is this. I was like, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't know what it was. I'm like, here, whatever you need, I got you. Like, I want to support you guys.
That was cool.
And it's more relationship building too, right? One, I want to help the cause, but two, like I want to be able to, when Brock has an opportunity to bless the lives of other people, can he say, I can rely on Jason. I can rely on Max. I can rely on, X or Y or Z. Or Max can hit me up and say, hey, we're doing this and this and this. And so what can people do right now to help contribute to what you're trying to do? You got a building right now, like I said, on Stapleton University. Is it opening? Is it open and cranking yet?
Open, dude. It's going.
It's open. Okay.
Like right now, our biggest need is equipment. Like it's crazy. We're trying.
What kind of equipment?
We're trying to
be specific here because I'm gonna record this. And
we're trying to get weight room equipment, med balls, kettlebells, dumbbells, box jumps, squat racks, bars, into that stuff because we feel like in recovery, that fitness component was missing in a lot of places. It got me sober, dude. It got me sober. Putting my passion into working out and staying fit, dude. It's changed, and we've helped thousands of guys. Mm-hmm. Right. This isn't just like we just are helping dudes right now. We're helping thousands. Okay.
Sure.
And we feel like there's just some niche. I don't know if you ever read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Oh. There's a part at the end. I don't have it
memorized, but it's close.
There's a part at the end of the book, dude, where he's talking about the weight room and he's talking about your drive. And it's basically, he says, if you watch people in the weight room and they're cheating themselves in the weight room, they're cheating themselves in other parts of their life. Right? So if you're going in, you're doing your workout and you're saying, hey, I got a 45-minute workout in and you're at 41 minutes, nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Totally.
But you.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You care. You're like, it was a 41-minute workout. I'm supposed to go 45 minutes. I got to do it again.
Yeah.
And so that's the component that we're trying to bring into recovery. Yeah, I can get you away from the drugs, but I got to be able to move you, bro. I got to be able to get inside your head and take a trip there.
Well, and just like you said before, is that you need to you're replacing the bad habit with a good habit. You can't just pull the bad habit away and leave a hole, leave an empty space. You got to fill it with something. It's kind of funny. So the whole like dopamine, release and whatnot, it's like, I've done that before too, being very blunt. Like, I'll be like, ask my wife, you want to have sex? No, cool. Okay, I'm going to go to the gym. And until literally this episode, I'm like, why did I do that? I was like, it was not mad. She just wasn't up for it. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, I want to get some, whatever. And so I go to the gym. And so like, what was I really want? One, I was wanting to connect with her instead of connecting with a freaking dumbbell or a squat rack. But like my body was like, hey, I need to release those whatever
tension, dopamine,
whatever those hormones are and all that stuff. And so it's just crazy putting all that together, because like I said, this is my 4th time doing it, and I'm like, dude, that's what it came down to, right? And so, but you have to replace that bad with good. You just have to, right?
That's how addiction continues.
And that's
addiction or bad addiction, right?
Well, and that's I think, and now just throwing it out there, it's coming to my head. Think about all the prisons. What do they have? They have massive weightlifting facilities, right? At least in the movies, right?
Yeah.
But you've been plenty of jails, right? And so, but like, why do they have that? Because they want that hit instead of it being meth or fentanyl or whatever that hit is. Their hit is now via a weight rack.
Yeah, that's it, dude. You just
so you have 2 buildings. You have one for your coaching stuff, and then the other one is you're trying to get fitness equipment. Okay,
yeah, we're just trying to get.
Dude,
fitness.
I'm gonna do a video, and I'm gonna reach out to people who want to get rid of their shit and do something.
Dude, during COVID, everybody bought stuff.
Oh yeah,
but we couldn't go to the gym, so I know Pelotons and rowers, stuff like that. Dude, everybody has them. They're sitting in their garage. Your wife's telling you to get rid
dust.
of them.
Yeah,
I want to park my car in there again. You know how that is.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it goes directly to our guys. Like we're not using it. We have our own gyms to go to, but we want our dudes to be able to come in and have a space where they can heal.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Brock, how can they get a hold of you?
We are on Instagram, Victory Recovery AZ. We have a website, victoryrecoveryaz.org.
.org.
Yeah, call us, man.
Cool. And I have Brock's cell phone too, and you're on social media as well too.
Yeah, so. Brock Bevell.
Cool. All right, guys. This is Jason Payne with the Sexy Business Status Podcast. However, we did talk about business.
We did. Yeah, there was business.
But it's not the best part, like this being my podcast, and I get to dictate who comes on my shows and what the hell we talk about.
I like
it. I don't know. I have people lined up to come speak and be on here, but dude, something's like you need to get Brock on here. So hopefully this episode will be released in about a week or so. But I hope this episode, whether you share it with somebody, those that are listening or watching, I hope that you share this with somebody that needs it or that is struggling. And because this has really nothing to do about business, but everything to do about support. And I just want to be a branch for that support for you and your guys. That's all I want to do. So
I appreciate you having us on. Thanks.
All right, Brock Bevell, Sexy Business Status Podcast. Be great. See you guys.